Hey everybody, Corey here. I wanted to go ahead and do a small, quick unbagging of my quadcopter bag setup, as you can see here. I got a couple quads attached to the front, and I'll show you how I got those attached. I used these little D-snap clips here. They're for mole webbing, so you just unsnap them with a little button there. So I got two there, so I just pop that quad off there. And then there's a second set of them down here. Just pop them off and undo the second quad. Pretty easy. Set those aside. So as you can see here, it's just a basic bag. I believe it is a outdoor something from Walmart. I think it was about $26. I bought it a couple years ago. Used it for camping and whatnot. Pretty basic bag here. So I'll just kind of dive into it. First main pouch up front, it's got these nice zipper pulls. We'll bust that open, take a look. Nice little mesh pouch. Sometimes I'll put extra props, tools, things like that inside of there. Right off the bat, I have a small Case Logic case here. This is what I keep all of my ground station equipment in. So I'll bust into that in just a second here. Next is my controller, Tyrannus Plus. Kind of typical for most users out there. So set that aside. And that's really all I have in that first pouch there. Second main pouch, compartment. Just gonna undo that. Again, it has the nice zipper pulls and whatnot. Tuck that back. What I have here is my goggles. Battery inside of them already. Set that with the ground station. And then I just have a kind of a typical tackle box here. Has all my spare parts, tools, and props. Kind of just the basics. Bust into this real quick. So XT60 to USB charger, a couple other antennas, tools, extra prop nuts, some zip ties, and of course some of my props that I keep in there. Set that aside. And then at the very bottom of the bag, kind of, you know, what I got going on here is kind of copying off of Mr. Steele a little bit. I'm sure just about everybody is these days. But I've been doing this also for a little bit of time now. So just a free lunchbox from the company I work for, Leaders Moving and Storage. Little shout out to them. So I'll just bust this open, and it's just literally my battery packs. Now I don't do anything special to keep what I have used and haven't used separate. You know, if I use a battery pack, I throw it somewhere else in my bag. So kind of typical. So that's really the main compartments that I keep inside of the bag there. Now, I do have a neck strap here, and I use this strap for actually a reason other than just tying it on there. Ready Made RC provides here. I actually use this to keep the bag attached to my wheelchair when I'm wheeling around, going different places. I'll set it up on my footrest, hook this to me, and the bag doesn't go anywhere. So that's what I use that strap for. Up at the very top is a small little zipper pouch. Inside of here I keep a few things, electrical tape, zip ties, extra battery straps, things like that. So as you can see in there, little miscellaneous pieces and parts. On the right side of the bag, I have spare props for my little Hellbender 122. Just a little bag of props there. And then I have glass screen protectors for my GoPro. I'll tuck those back inside of there. And then on the other side here, I just keep a bunch of tri-blades. Dowel props. Now that's what I have for the bag there. Now I'll bust into my ground station and kind of show you what I have going on here. It is in its own separate little case, and show you what I got going on in here. So it's kind of cool. I put this together myself with some components, pieces and parts, sourced from Ready Made RC and wherever I could find stuff. So this is a camera case, I believe. It's just Case Logic here, nice zipper pouch. Inside of here you'll see a few different components. I have my 5-inch screen. Okay, and I'll show you what I did to that here in just a second, but 5-inch screen, small tripod, all fits in there rather nicely. A couple antennas. Use the X Squared Air 5.8 long range antenna, along with a Video Aerial Systems AirSkew Blue Beam Ultra antenna. I really like both of these antennas for a diversity system. Seems to work really well. Inside of here I have a small plug that will allow me to basically an XT60 to 2.1 millimeter bullet power connector here. I have that available to me as well if needed. I typically just use the Fat Shark goggle batteries to run everything here. So inside of this main zipper pouch is my main power cord. So I'll set that as main pouch aside here. And this is the power cord and video cord that I use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just put the whole ground station together because I'm going to be using that here on today's flight. So go ahead and screw the tripod on here, and I'll explain the diversity system that I have. So what I have going on here is I crammed I believe it is a diversity FR 832, I think. So what I have here is a ready-made RC 5-inch screen. I got the sun shield on there. Now what I did is I took this 5-inch screen and I gutted it. So I opened it all up and I jammed that FR 832, I believe, diversity receiver right behind here. So I cut out a hole so I could see the screen, access the buttons. I went ahead and have the outputs for the antennas, but I will go ahead and get those attached here as well. So let's get these. Also, you'll see these little star. I went ahead and 3D printed these. Just helps kind of for me to get them finger tight a little bit easier for me. So I have this one here on a 90-degree SMA. Now what I did here is I put a battery strap on the back of this screen to hold a battery pack in place. Then powers it right here with a 2.1 millimeter power jack, on-off switch. I have an output for my video to my goggles, and then these act as video inputs if needed, or outputs if needed as well. Same thing with the power. I have power output here for my goggles, along with power input output here. So they're both input outputs. So so that's my setup. Figured I'd give you guys a little walkthrough on what I use on my daily, semi-daily flying adventures. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoyed.